Here we go, we're off for the formation lap for the French Grand Prix, getting ready for the start. This should be a very interesting race. Jack starts on pole position from Yargos, then comes Samuel in third. That's your top three for the start. Oh no, look, there's a couple of cars that have not gotten away well, and it's the McLaren and the Red Bull. So they will not have time to warm up their tires, as they might have made some contact, which automatically disqualifies you from the formation lap, meaning that you start on the grid with cold tires. So they're very unlucky not to warm up their tires before the Grand Prix start. It's a predicted 2-stop all around. Soft to medium, medium, or soft, medium. As we go to 5 red lights, it's time for those 7 magic words. It's lights out, and away we go. And from this angle, it looks like everybody got away well, and yes, they did get away well. Jack keeps his lead into turn 1 for now. The racing point is side by side with the AlphaTauri, and that's a huge crash. And he's hit the barrier, and he's not made it past turn 2. And he's hit the barrier very hard as Jack keeps his lead, and it's side by side between the Renault and the Ferrari, as this is a great battle on lap 1. As the Sebastian Vettel type helmet stays in the race, and Jack keeps his lead in the Renault. The top 3 have stayed the same. Jack from the Argos, then comes Samuel, then comes Burning Flame. Down the straight, will the Ferrari go for a move? It's side by side everywhere. There's damage. There's a lot of debris. There's a lot of debris across the track, down in the chicane. And it looks like nobody's side by side at this moment in time, but the Renault gets hit a little bit. Oh no! And that is again. Soon goes Renault, and he's been spun. Renault Gaming has been spun twice on the first lap, once into turn 1, and the second time in sector 2, going in to the chicane. And that's not the start that he would have wanted, as the AlphaTauri gets pushed wide by the Mercedes. This is great racing between the Mercedes and AlphaTauri, and there's more contact, and the AlphaTauri's off, and the Mercedes has pushed the AlphaTauri completely off the track, and I'm sure that the Mercedes has damage now, as he has damage, and he goes into the pits to fix that damage that he has picked up on lap 1. I don't know if the AlphaTauri has damage, but he certainly knocked his confidence. Down into turn 1, will he go for an overtake? No, he's a little bit too far back. Oh no, he does go for an overtake, and that was beautiful. It was bold, and that was a great overtake from him. Wow, look at that. Down the straight we go into the nice long left-hander now of sector 3, going through the final corner now. Is he going to go for an overtake? Oh, but there's contact, and Burning Flame is off the track as he got hit in the rear right tire, but he will have DRS to come back at him. Down the straight, is he going to go for an overtake? Yes, he will. That was a nice move, but he does not get that overtake on Samuel Dunn just yet. Will he be able to go into the next couple of corners? The full sector 1, will he go for an overtake? No, Dennis has to stay behind Samuel in the Williams. This is great racing from these drivers today. Oh, but a little wiggle from Samuel. Will he rejuvenate the Red Bull's confidence to try to get back at him? Down the straight they go. The Red Bull will have DRS on Samuel. He's closing up, but will it be enough? Into the chicane, into the braking zone. DRS snaps close, and no, he is not close enough, so Samuel keeps his 3rd place. Down the straight, will the Haas go for a move? Yes, he will. On Orange Army, on Coda Orange Army, and Burning Flame, that looked like a very easy overtake for him. Down the straight, he will have DRS. He goes to the inside, and Nick gets past the Ferrari. That looked very easy going through the right hand. Oh no, there's a car off, and that was so nearly a huge crash, but he's so lucky that France has boundaries among the track to no clip you back onto the track, or else that would have been a huge crash, and certainly into the barrier for him. Down the straight they go. The Williams to the inside on the Red Bull, and he makes that overtake. The 2 Bulls are side by side down the straight. DRS. Will he get past him? They both have DRS into turn 1, and he does get past him. He sails past into the turn 1, and he breaks latest. Down the straight, the 2 Renaults Who's going to come on top of this battle? At the top, is it going to be Jack or is it going to be Alfie? They're side by side, and it is Jack just ahead of Alfie. But this will be a very nice battle near the end of the race. We ride on board with the Williams. Oh, and there's contact, and he's so nearly spin it around. He's so nearly spun, but he's so lucky to keep it in a straight line. Down the straight you go. The two Williams the Williams and Haas, it looked like the two Williams for a second. They almost came together. The two McLarens, they go for an overtake? Will there be a nice battle here? And there's a Red Bull on the inside, and this could be a great battle as the Red Bull is down the inside of the McLaren. McLaren gets a little bit pushed wide, and Dennis is really trying to get past these McLarens, and it'll be DRS all around. And I'm sure Rich makes an overtake as well. Will it be 3 wide? It will be 3 wide. Down into the chicane. It snaps closed, the DRS, and the McLaren just stays ahead of the Red Bull. Jay comes out third best, not what he would have wanted, trying to overtake his teammate, losing a position. We have yellow flags, and there's a lot of debris, and there's a collision, maybe in front, and that's a virtual safety car. And we have a virtual safety car, and he almost ran straight into the back of McLaren, and that would not have been good. But there is debris across the track. Down the straight. Will the Haas get past the Racing Point? He will have DRS. Will he have slipstream? Yes, he will. He will have Rich makes an overtake as well. Down the inside he goes, and that's a nice overtake from him. We have a nice battle brewing. Here comes the Red Bull around the outside. But Jay is having absolutely none of it as he is blocking every which way into the long left-hander. Will he get this overtake done? Yes, he will. That was a prime overtake. Down the straight, the Williams. Will he get past the BWP Racing Point Formula One team? Yes, he will. He swings to the inside, and there's almost contact between the Racing Point and Williams as well, for good measure. Well, I'm sure that a few more people will be yet to do their stops, because it's only lap 12. They're going to definitely do their stops as somebody spun, and he's hit the barrier, and that is a big thud, and that is a big shot for Alfie as he drops down to 8th place as he spun and hit the barrier, and he's going to drop down even further, down to 9th place as the Haas gets past him. And that was a big shot, and he's lucky to be in this race still, as that was a huge crash for him. As he rounds Sector 1, he had a crash a couple laps ago. Well, it was only a lap ago, so he's definitely lost some of his confidence in this race, and he's lost the rear end, and he smashed the barrier. He spews across the track into the second barrier, and that is a huge crash for Alfie, and he's out of this race. Oh my goodness me. He has hit the barrier earlier on. The lap before, he has hit the barrier, and now he has hit the barrier for good measure, and for the final time in the French Grand Prix in 2020, he's out of the race. Down the straight, he's not going to go for an overtake, is he? He's a little bit closer than he was last lap. To the inside, and Spoon goes the Haas, and he's spun it around. Burning Flame has spun around, and that is not what he would have wanted, with contact on his front left tire with the Mercedes of Hax Warrior, and he drops down to 7th place, which could have been 6th place for him. That was so unfortunate for him. We ride on board with the Williams, trying to get past the Red Bull, and he sails past with a little bit of a cheeky squeeze there at the end. I'm sure that the Red Bull is not too happy with that, but he gets past. We ride on board with the Red Bull. Oh, this could get a little bit exciting as the car comes right out, and it's a Hax Warrior that just gets ahead of Samuel, and Samuel is now going side by side with him, and he is ahead of the Mercedes. But this is going to be a great battle as and there's contact as Hax Warrior is on softer compound tires and newer compound tires, as Samuel's on old hards as he goes a little bit wide. And now the Red Bull of Coda Orange Lion gets past him, but down the straight with DRS, they both have DRS open down the straight with slipstream, and I'm sure Rich makes an overtake as well. He comes back at him, but here comes Hax Warrior. Down the inside he goes, and he just gets that position back from Kota Orange Lion, and that was a great battle. We ride on board with the Williams, trying to get past the Mercedes. Down the straight they go, and that's going to be a decently easy overtake because there's some contact there as well. And that's a very easy overtake for him. Through turn 1. Oh, no, he spun. And that's a huge crash. And he's hit the barrier. Oh, no. And he spun and hit the barrier. And that is not what he would have wanted after contact with Samuel. Oh, no. And he drops way down and he's out of this race. Nick has retired from the French Grand Prix as he pulls off to end his misery at the French Grand Prix. He wouldn't have scored points here even if he did finish. So that's so unfortunate for him. We wind on board with the Haas, closing in on the Red Bull. He goes to the right-hand side and he absolutely sails past. We ride on board with the Mercedes. Is he going to go for an overtake? Yes, he is! As Samuel took the inside line, which gives him a wider exit. And now the Hacks Warriors ahead, and that's a brilliant overtake. We ride on board with the Red Bull, closing up to the McLaren. All the time, closing up to the McLaren. Down the straight they go. He will have DRS, and he sails past the McLaren. And it'll look like a very easy overtake. Once more, a DRS overtake. In the Haas, he's really closing up. He's been closing up lap after lap. Burning Flame on Jay. The McLaren versus the Haas. He brakes a little bit earlier to try to get a better run out of this corner, which it looks like he has gotten a better run. As which way is he going to go? Is he going to go inside or out? He's going to go to the outside. He goes around the outside. Does he swing around? Does he make this overtake? Yes, he does. He gets ahead. Can the McLaren come back at him? No, he can't. The Haas makes a brilliant overtake on the McLaren. We ride on board with the Williams trying to get past his teammate Yaragos, getting past his teammate Samuel, who is a ghost at the moment, as they go side by side. And this is a great battle. Even though Yaragos is lapping his teammate, it's still a great battle to see from the two Williams, as Yaragos finally gets past his teammate. From pole to victory, Jack wins the French Grand Prix. Yaragos is now coming up to the line to cross the line to take second place in the French Grand Prix, and Dennis takes third place to cap off the podium. Wow, what a race that was. Very exciting. Wow, that was a great race. A lot of DRS overtakes, but that's okay.